We continue to track the tragic death of 15-year-old Trinity Gay. We'll have the latest on the case as well as how people are coping with her death. Just ahead on WKYT at noon.
Coming up, 4 Lexington gas stations are robbed within 24 hours, all by a person wearing a clown mask.
Pretty gusty winds outside, looks really good, but it is warm, and it gets actually warmer in the upcoming days. I'll show you that. Also, that big old cold front we're going to be talking about, but finally some rain in the forecast. That's coming up.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon and welcome to WKYT News at Noon, Kentucky's #1 midday news. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. We continue to track the tragic death of 15-year-old Trinity Gay.
The daughter of Olympic sprinter and Kentucky native Tyson Gay was shot and killed early yesterday morning outside Cookout, a restaurant along South Broadway in Lexington. She'd been following in her father's footsteps. Trinity was on the track team at Lafayette High School, and students and staff held a moment of silence to honor her memory today.
WKYT's Lauren Miner is live at the high school now to begin our top story.
Good morning.
Coverage.
Within just a few minutes of talking with staff members, you can tell just how big of an impact Trinity had here at Lafayette High School. Like you all said, a moment of silence was held earlier this morning for Trinity Gay. Each homeroom classroom this morning gave students time to discuss how they were feeling. Students also made a poster with messages for Trinity's family. On the poster, they wrote the hashtag LLT, standing for Long Live Trinity. Grief counselors, along with a therapy dog, walked around the school today, talking with students who need additional support coping with the loss. Staff members say Trinity was a hard worker and was aspiring to be a surgeon someday.
Words cannot describe just how I feel. And just, going out to her mother, just thinking about losing a child so suddenly.
We are proud of the legacy that she left, and we are just heartbroken that she's not in our building anymore. We're a different place today than we were 48 hours ago. Her loss is felt.
As you can see, a very emotional staff here today. Family and friends are planning a vigil for Trinity later this evening. It will take place after the freshman football game right around 8 o'clock. They are inviting everyone to come to attend, and they also say that they are encouraging you rather to wear purple or pink. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. And the school says their goal is to help make students feel safe and to comfort them during this very difficult time.
And community support is coming in many ways for the Gay family now. One church is opening up its doors for prayers. Rosemont Baptist Church will open its sanctuary around 3:15 this afternoon for any students who would like to come in and pray or mourn after school. It's in the neighborhood there, the church near Lafayette High School, where Trinity Gay was a sophomore. One church leader says in times like this, the community really needs to rally together.
Students that are mourning can come together over something like this and just, like I said, laugh together, pray together, share stories about Trinity. I think that's an incredibly healing thing. So I feel like this is definitely, this is a God thing. For sure.
The Gay family does not attend Rosemont Baptist, but church leaders there say some of Trinity's friends do, and they are definitely feeling the pain today.
3 people are now charged in connection with Trinity's death. Devonta Middlebrooks, Chazare Taylor, and his son DeMarcio Taylor are each charged with wanton endangerment. They'll be in court this afternoon. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live now with the latest in that investigation. She continues our top story team coverage.
Good afternoon. We are learning more about the 3 men Lexington police arrested in the hours following the death of 15-year-old Trinity Gay. They're all facing charges in connection to the shooting that happened here at Cookout along South Broadway. Now, just within this hour, Lexington police saying they are not looking for any additional suspects in this case. 21-year-old Devonta Middlebrooks, the first one arrested by police, then father and son Chazare and DeMarcio Taylor all facing wanton endangerment charges. Middlebrooks also charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. According to the Department of Corrections website, he's had various convictions here in Fayette County on drug offenses. Now, according to arrest citations for each of the men, they all admitted to firing shots in the restaurant parking lot. I did just speak on the phone to family of the standout student athlete at Lafayette, the school both her mother and father attended. The family says they appreciate the outpouring of support and that Trinity will be truly missed by all. They say the 15-year-old touched so many people on so many different levels, and they are asking for continued prayers and privacy during this difficult time. Now, in addition to that statement, the family also wanted to add that they are a family that believes in love and forgiveness, so they're also asking for prayers for these 3 men now facing charges and their families, as they're also going through a difficult time. All 3 of those men are scheduled to be arraigned at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you. While police are not looking for any additional suspects, they do say the investigation is ongoing as detectives continue to evaluate forensic evidence. You can continue to follow the latest updates on this investigation at WKYT.com or on our app, which you can download for free.
And Trinity's death is one of 2 deadly shootings in Lexington over the weekend. The coroner says 27-year-old James Blair of Lexington died after being shot early Sunday morning. Police say he was shot in the parking garage of Chase Bank on East Main Street. He was not there by the time police showed up. They say that Blair did show up at a nearby hospital, and then he was transferred over to UK Hospital where he died. Police say they have identified a person of interest in the case, but they still have not released any more details to us. New at noon, state police are investigating a death in McCreary County. We're told a body was found at the base of a cliff on West 92 near Highway 1651 in the Stearns community. We have reached out to state police. So far, no other details have been released on that case.
We now know the name of a man killed in a central Kentucky crash. The Jessamine County coroner says 29-year-old Cameron Pittman died in last night's crash at US 27 and Elizabeth Street. Pittman's car hit a semi that was turning into a nearby gas station. That crash caused a major fuel leak that had the intersection closed for hours. Lexington police are looking for a man in a clown mask who they say has now robbed 4 gas stations in 2 days.
And the most recent happened this morning at the Shell near Man-O-War and Nicholasville Road. 3 other gas stations were robbed yesterday morning. WKYT's Mike Byer has more on the clown search.
Just like the gas station robberies yesterday, police say a man wearing a clown mask in all black clothing robbed this Shell overnight. The armed robbery took place shortly after 12:30 at the Shell at Man-O-War and Nicholas Park. Police say the suspect showed a gun and demanded money. After he got the money, police say he fled the scene. They say he may have gotten into a vehicle that was in the parking lot behind the gas station. Now, the crime spree started Sunday morning around 5:15 at the Speedway on South Broadway. About an hour later, police said the Thornton's gas station on Georgetown Road was also robbed. It was about 15 minutes later that police say the Speedway on New Circle Road at Meadow Lane was then robbed. In all 4 cases, police say the suspect was wearing a clown mask and something over his hands when he pulled a gun on the clerks and stole cash. Now, police say a silver or gray Chevy Impala may be involved in yesterday's robberies. Police were not able to get a vehicle description from this morning's robbery. In Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Another overnight gas station robbery does not appear to be related to those. Police say a man pulled a large knife on the clerk at the Speedway at New Circle and Meadow Lane. He was wearing a mask, but police say it was not a clown mask.
We're starting off this week with some unusually warm temperatures that might even be record-breaking. This is amazing.
Something to feel out there. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is in our First Alert Weather Center.
You got to remember, it's 67 degrees is our normal high for this time of year, and typically our normal high comes at 4 to 5 p.m. in between those times. So we still have another 4 to 5 hours of heating to go, and we're already 10 degrees above average. It is going to be another warm one in store as we approach the afternoon hours. We're at 77 right now in Lexington, and you can kind of see that picture, some of those trees swaying in the wind. It's that wind cranking in here, 15 to 25 miles per hour, and there's the look of it right there. So it's a nice look, very breezy outside, and that's really helping our temperatures really skyrocket the past couple of days and today. You know what, believe it or not, you look at the screen and you see 83, that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb because we're sitting here at October 17th. It should not be this warm. And it doesn't feel like it's October, but it will in our 7-day forecast. One thing that we're really paying attention to after the next few days is big contrast of temperatures. And what that means is you got really warm temperatures at the start of the week, off toward midweek, and then a front comes as we swing off towards your Thursday into your Friday. That front will bring us finally some rain. There's some good news in the forecast for all of our lovers out there of some rain and in need of some water there on the grounds and also crops. But also a big swing of temperatures there toward Friday into your weekend. I'm going to show you that, show you how low we go, and if we're talking any chances of any frost. That's coming up.
That's mentioned too. Lots of variety in that forecast.
Don't say it.
We'll see Micah in just a little bit.
There are new concerns over the safety of the Kennedy Mill Bridge.
That bridge carries Kentucky 152 between Mercer and Garrett counties. Viewers sent us pictures of hanging metal from the bridge, concerned that the bridge is unsafe. The 92-year-old bridge recently reopened last fall after repairs had closed it. They had been working on it. The closure caused longer commutes for those who depend on that bridge. The Kentucky Department of Highways says the bridge is still safe and they are keeping a close eye on it.
Repairs are very common to a bridge that was built in 1924, and we're aware of that, and we always make sure that we are keeping up with any type of change that the bridge might have as far as with the deck or the braces or the truss.
Tonight on WKYT News at 6, plans for the Kennedy Mill Bridge. Will it stay open while a new one is being built? Join us for that report this evening. Well, a military operation to recapture Iraq's second largest city from ISIS is underway. We'll have more details on that coming up on WKYT News at noon, Kentucky's #1 midday news.
More news now. A military operation to recapture Iraq's second largest city from ISIS is underway.
The U.S.-led coalition forces are backing Iraqi government and Kurdish forces as they carry out coordinated attacks today. The takeback of Mosul is expected to be the toughest battle since American troops left Iraq nearly 5 years ago. Mosul has been under ISIS rule for more than 2 years.
With roughly 3 weeks to Election Day, Hillary Clinton maintains a slight lead over Donald Trump in the latest national polls. But there is the final presidential debate this week that could shake up the race. Early this morning, Donald Trump took to Twitter to complain about his falling poll numbers in the wake of sexual assault accusations brought against him. The latest CBS Battleground Tracker poll shows Trump trailing Clinton among women voters by 15 points. On the other side, Clinton is dealing with the release of more emails from her private server while she was Secretary of State.
Millions of dollars is being handed over to Kentucky's state colleges and universities today. Governor Matt Bevin cut the money from the school's budget back in the spring. But the Attorney General Andy Beshear sued, calling the cuts illegal. And last month, the state Supreme Court sided with Beshear. The Attorney General's office tells WKYT that Bevin and Beshear have signed an order to release that money today. The city of Richmond has a brand new police chief.
City officials swore in newly appointed Chief James Ebert this morning during a ceremony at Richmond City Hall. Ebert was a former Frankfort police lieutenant.
We have much more news coming up in this hour of WKYT News at noon.
A Bullitt County couple is recovering after being attacked by robbers posing as police officers. More on that in just a few minutes.
It's another summer-like day outside as we'll see the low to mid-80s outside with gusty winds. We're going to be going over these possible record-breaking temperatures tomorrow. We're going to talk all about that in that cold front coming up.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
You know, if you look really closely, you can actually see these trees actually blowing off in the wind. I mean, we've had some pretty breezy conditions past couple of days. That has been the main factor. That's the thing that's actually pumping in this warmer air that we've had the past couple of days. We'll do it again today. It's going to be the same story again tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a record day. It might be one of those days we haven't seen in quite some time. Live sky camera, there's your shot outside. And 77 degrees already in Lexington. Keep in mind that we're typically around 67 for an afternoon high. We're already 10 degrees above that in many locations. 78 is the hot spot now in Frankfort. So the breakdown of the rest of the day is pretty easy. 83, it's going to be warm, breezy, and staying dry. easy, right? Going off into the evening ball fields, I actually see a really, really nice evening. It's not one of those evenings, once the sun sets, it's going to be a little bit chilly. It's not like that. This is going to be a very mild evening because that front is still to the north of us, and it's going to stay to the north of us until we hit really Wednesday night off into Thursday. Then it starts to push on through, but until then, it's going to be warm and windy each and every single day. Tomorrow, it's been since 1938 since we've seen temperatures like this on October 18th, 18th being tomorrow. 1938. It's been a long time. So we may reach that record tomorrow. Nonetheless, it's going to be warm. There's no doubt about that. Thursday, though, that front pushes through. When the front pushes through, it brings us rain on Thursday. That's pretty widespread rain, too. And then we hit Friday. Check that out. Upper 50s, lower 60s. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter. Had a really cool shot. We have several shots of the Hunter's Moon. That was last week, or this past week, and Melissa Hall 929 sent that one to me on Twitter. So guys, the breakdown is it's warm now. Midweek to late week, we actually see that rain pushed on through. That's Thursday. Thursday is a good chance at roughly a ½ inch to an inch of rain, and that's for a lot of us. That's for most of us. So some good rain on the way, and then Friday into the weekend, it turns much cooler.
Cool overnight slow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, man, thank you. We're coming back on WKYT. A former Wildcat explains a controversial decision.
And football cats with a big opportunity this weekend in Starkville. Dave Baker has sports next.
Check stocks as we head into afternoon trading. The major market indicators are down some.
Some coaches and players don't like a bye week, especially when things are going well. But for guys like Dorian Baker, who's missed most of the season with a hamstring injury, it couldn't have come at a better time. Baker was UK's leading receiver last season with 55 receptions, but has yet to make a single catch this year. He tweaked that hamstring this summer, then re-injured it in the first week of fall camp.
I didn't expect it to be anything like this, and then coming into this camp, I was like healthy, running good, and I kind of felt my hamstrings getting tight, but I was kind of like looking past, like, you guys need to stretch, you know. Next thing you know, I ended up messing it up a little bit more, and it kind of set me back more than what I thought it would, but I just trusted the process, and now I'm back, and I'm ready to contribute the second half of the season.
Speaking of the Wildcats, Purdue has fired head football coach Darrell Hazel midway through his fourth season. The Boilermakers naming receivers coach Jared Parker as the interim head coach. Parker played 4 years at Kentucky from 2001 to 2004 and later served as a grad assistant on Rich Brooks' staff.
My reaction's been to how I've raised and what's got me to this point, and that's to be accepted as another challenge, accepted with a chip on my shoulder, and a personal obligation to all the coaches, their wives and families, and to the players to do everything in my power to help them finish out 6 weeks. And again, not to repeat myself, but have something they'll be proud of when they leave here. So that's a challenge. And that's all. That's the only way you can approach it.
And finally, how about the latest example of social media making a mountain out of a molehill? Karl Anthony Towns in Louisville this weekend for an NBA preseason game at the Yum Center. Towns had 16 points, 14 boards, and the T-Wolves win over the Miami Heat. Many thought because of that he'd be in Lexington Friday night for Big Blue Madness, but instead he attended the Louisville football game with teammate Gorgie Jang.
We had to support G. G got a good ovation at a Louisville game, and as much as I love BBN, and I wanted to go to BBM, and me and Cal talked a lot about it. The team comes first. When you're a leader, you have to make sacrifices, and I was willing to make that for my team.
That young man gets it. A little bit later, we'll hear much more from Mark Stoops as the Cats get set for Mississippi State. We'll see you back here tonight at 6:30 on the WKYT News at 6:30 on the CW Lexington. But for now, guys, that's a look at sports on this Monday.
All right, Buzz, thank you very much.
And there's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
A Bullitt County couple is recovering after being attacked by robbers who were posing as police officers. That story.
A difficult time for everyone here at Lafayette High School, coping with the loss of Trinity Gay. Coming up, you'll hear from a few of those staff members.
Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $20 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $136 million.